Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jose, and I will be moderating today's session. Thanks for joining our Red Apps live demo. We are excited to have you here. Just a quick few notes before we begin. Today's webinar will run for about an hour. All lines are mute, but we want this to be interactive, so please drop your questions anytime in the Q&A box. We will answer as many as we can during the live Q&A at the end. Also, we are recording the session, so if you want to revisit it later or share it with your team, we will send out the link afterward. Now I'm excited to introduce today's speaker, Ula Kaluska-Murek, Sabre Red Product Manager. With that, Ula, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Hassan. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope not good evening as for me. Let me share my screen and you will find out what we are covering today. So I'm gonna talk to you about quality control apps. I call them QC apps, like quality control apps. And we have built 4 of them so far, but why? What's the reason behind that? So first of all, we wanted to have we wanted to have the front office automation tool that would help, well, get rid of Scribe and and migrate all of our customers to web. That's our goal, long-term goal, not to scare you off, but yeah, it is. So we know that we have many scripts, like thousands of them, and the idea was that we know that some of our employees, like technology consultants or account directors used to help creating those. So sometimes there was a script, but if multiple customers require that script, like required, I don't know, assigning printers or something else, the idea of the app could be the same, but it was usually like that. The different customer needed different configuration. So what was done was like, okay, take the script, copy it, create, like, modify some variable and give it to another customer. So we now we end up with thousands of scripts, and we thought, okay, what have we learned from that? What could we do better this time? Can we build Red apps that are just one Red app, but that can serve multiple customers by just changing the configuration of it, but still the core code is the same. It's just the customer is configuring that like tailor this Red app to their needs. And I think we came up with something like that. You will see. And the configuration for some of them are available on agency level, like the whole agency, and for the agent, like single person sometimes. So more about that in a minute. So what have we done so far? So I said we have 4 QC apps. That is, the first one is QC airline message. So you can think of it like like a tool for adding OSI messages to the PNR. So once you book a flight, you have certain segments from a certain carrier, you add some OSI messages to the PNR. The second one is a QC reservation shell, and you might think of it like about the profile, a simple agent profile. The next one is QC reservation end. This is a Red app that is helping you with the quality check before you end the PNR. So it allows you to make sure that everything your mid-office tools or back-office tools require, it's there. it's in PNR, and agent is prompted for providing this data if they are missing. With quality control advanced remark check, we have some like more sophisticated, let's say, uh, uh, tool for making sure that all required remarks are there. You will see that in a second on the live demo. So again, QC airline message. On the left side of the slide, you see the configuration of it. So this is like pretty simple CSV file. So you have in one column, you have airline, and then there is a comma, and you have text. So for airline, like for if I booked Lufthansa, then we're adding OSI message like please like arrive to the airport 3 hours before the flight. As simple as that. It's executed after during every end retrieve, like the first one, of course. All right, QC reservation shell. So this is like this agent slash agency profile. We can have there the agency and agent contact details. We can have remarks, itinerary or historical remarks. We can make sure that we automatically add the retention segment to the PNR. We have ticketing time limits, received from, QSort name. So like very basic one, would you expect from the PNR to have, and you don't need to provide this data every single time to the PNR. Um, okay, the next one, reservation end. So I told you already, this is like checking if everything is there. And so far we have available checks for profiles existence, form of payment, emergency contact information, I mean, email and phone, um, passport, visa, so secure flights, a child SSR if there is a child, like price quote for child, and some customer remarks like quite well simple in advance at the same moment. I will tell you more soon, but basically like custom remarks if you have some. And at the end, you can tell that after successful end retrieve, you can automatically place this PNR on the ticketing queue. Mm, advanced remark check is for like advanced remarks, quite like quite advanced in the like mindset, let's say. So I put the table in here. We will go back to this slide again, so you understand the difference how it works. So basically, we have codes with some, these are like primary remarks that are added to the PNR. And based on that, we have some IDs like admin code or owning salesman or purchase order. So for each of those codes, we have a set of remarks that should be added, that should be present in the PNR while end retrieving. So in the left side, the green one, we have some formats. We can define the label of those remarks that will be visible on the form. We can define the formats of those remarks, and then they will be the red up will automatically check if they exist already in the PNR, or they should be added because they are missing. The travel consultant just forgot about that. So let me pause the presentation here, and we'll move on to the application. I will show you that. Just give me a second to change the screen. Okay, so this is Sabre Red Web. I hope you're all familiar with that. And the other tool that is required to be able to um, utilize those red apps is the agency admin tools. Um, what you see right now is its web version. We've announced that some time ago, like I think 2 years or so, and we're slowly enhancing it with new features. So the desktop one is no longer enhanced with anything. So it's just the way it was for ages. And now to the web version, we're adding cool features. And if you have access to desktop one, you already have access to the web one. URL is aat.sabre.com, as simple as that. So in this concept, we have groups. So I could have a group, I could define the group. This one is for my testing purposes of quality control apps. Actually, there is just myself in there, but I could add more people like on the EPR level. I could add here the whole PCC, the whole pseudo city, or some region if my company is that big. But this is quite important because you can define here who has which config for the red app. So it's quite important who is in this group. So then you can assign different settings to different people. And to assign different settings to the red apps, we go to the settings, and at the top there is a red apps section where we have all red apps that are assigned to people in this group. And I can then configure them if that's possible for the red app. So I do have QC advanced remark check, QC airline message, QC reservation, and of course QC reservation shell. And I have a column for configuration. So in here, by default, I would have like select if nothing is like no configuration is available. But since I already have two, choose um, I can choose the one I want to use for each of my app. And you may ask then, okay, but this is the place where I just assign the configuration. Where is the place where I create the configuration? How to say what my red app should do? For that, we use the second tab, which is configurations. Um, and in here, we can use create, and from the drop down, I have all possible options like from the red apps for some features. So if I select anything, I can name my configuration, I can add the description, and then I can add the value um, for this config. So let's see maybe the easiest one, the airline message. So that one was already on the screen. So as a repetition, we have the feature name. So this is the red app name. Then we have configuration name for this config of the red app. No spaces allowed. And then in the description, I can use like whatever I want basically. So I can say, oh, this is for my branch in Florida, or this is for my branch in New York, or something, or this is for my experienced user, or this is for my novice users. Whatever your imagination is up to. Mm, and this is what I already told you. We have two columns, airline, text. I can add more lines. I can delete something. I can add even like more lines for the same carrier if I have such wish. Um, So configuration for airline message is pretty easy to understand because this is like two columns separated by commas of CSV file. Configuration for the other apps is more complex because this is the JSON format, and it might be scary in the beginning. Um, there is some value, there is some key, and the value of this key, and there are like brackets, curly brackets, another brackets, and commas and colons, and etc. etc. But when you read through that and like calmly and try to just read those intuitive keys, you will see that, okay, it's not that scary as it may think. Um, and everything um, is described in our user guides, and you have samples there, like more scenarios, or like how to add multiple remarks or multiple types, or I don't know, whatever you may think of. And you might just copy that and paste and play around and just think like, okay, yeah, it wasn't that hard, it worked. I believe in you with all my heart, that you'll be able to do that. And if not, if you feel that you would need support, Sabre is all here for you to help you with that, of course. So let's maybe take a look at this config, and we'll slowly move to Sabre Red Web to see how it works. So in my Sabre Red session, I have now like no data in the PNR. So the idea of reservation shell is to build the shell of the PNR, okay? This config in AAT, if you configure something in AAT to any Red app, the idea behind this is to have to populate this configuration through whole agency. So you want to have like segment, OTH segments for like rotation segment valid for 180 days. Then the segment should have this text PNR retention test. Then you want to have the same address in all PNRs that you have, like your agency has one location and that's it. Then you may want to add some itinerary remarks to the PNR, and maybe also historical remarks. So let's see how it looks in the settings of the Red app inside of Sabre Red web. So if I click on here, I have two tabs, agent settings and agency settings. So the agency settings are view only for the agent. And you can see that it's like quite user-friendly written, everything translated in a nice way, and they can view what was set up by the agency admin. And then we have the agent settings, which is meant to be configured by the travel consultant themselves. So I might say, okay, this is my received from. I do want to add PNR retention segments to my PNRs. Well, I don't really need the queue number and queue sort, but I do want to have like a sender details. If I'm sending the email to my customer, I want to have it sent from agency at Sabre, and the name that will be displayed there is Ula from Sabre. I want to put there my personal address as well. I might declare some contact details like phone for my work time and after hours if something happens. So I can add all those things in here. Um, so let's see um, how is populated. So to trigger QC shell, QC reservation shell today is to either use the workflow from the workflow panel or run the custom command. So custom command is like a paragraph and res shell. But you can also copy this, like save this custom command to the PF keys. So I can just click on the PF key, don't remember the command, and it's done. So let's see what's inside of the PNR. You can already see that we have this retention segment with the PNR retention test. Remember that? That was that. And we had 180 days, and this is valid till 1st of December. Um, this is here. We also have those phones with some silly name and group that was taken from the configs. So once again, to give you a heads up, so some silly name and group, and then there was like a second name for the phone and second group, and we also have it here. Then we have some passenger email data and address and remarks, also the itinerary ones and historical one, and also the received from. And let's see the email data here. So yeah, we have this general email and my personal one. So if I go to workflows and open documents and messaging, you can see that it's automatically taken. The like include sender is automatically pre-populated with this data. I can change here to like CC, and if I have my actual PNR and reservation with email of the customer, I can send this to them. All right. So well, if I'm gonna use the other apps, I would probably need something more in my PNR. So let's book some flights. I have another PF key to do it quickly. So I'm booking a Lufthansa flight. Um, this is it. So, well, if you remember in my config, well, actually, we can see it here in the settings, QC airline message. I have also the view only, like I have preview what was set for my agency. So I see like, okay, I booked a Lufthansa, so I should have that one added to my PNR at the moment when I do end and retrieve. So let's try do that. Oh, well, missing profiles. That's interesting. Where does it come from? Okay, it comes from reservation end. So in my reservation end configuration, I do have some items that I, as an agency admin, say, okay, I want every single PNR to be checked for. Form of payment must be there. Secure flights, no. I don't want this read up to check secure flights. Then I have profiles, and I want to check if I want to make sure that every single PNR that is created has the profile inside, and I'm gonna enforce this. So if this agent tries to enter and retrieve, there is no way to skip this. I can only search for profiles or, I don't know, go home. Um, Intentionally, we put this like a true or false. So remember when I told you about different configs for different groups? So you may have a group of users that you want to force these profiles to be loaded, but then you may have a group of people that are experienced, that are, I don't know, leads or so, who can create PNRs for just new customers, right? So for this group, you would put here false, and they will be able to skip this. So let's stop for a second here. So I will search for profiles. Load this profile. It has form of payment already. And I think that's the only thing that will be copied. There is also reference information. And if I go here and show you, where is the reference information? Then we have information, some data in information, and there is like additional information, something here as well. So this field might be used for anything you like, and whatever the traveler will pick from here will be added as a remark. So we have here the section for profile remarks. We can tell, okay, like there is a trip type, like a title, itinerary, that's a type of remark. There will be a prefix. There will be a profile item ID, trip type, exactly what is here, and the profile type traveler. So it says like which profile we are reading. So let's cancel here. Let's copy this. And let's try to end and retrieve again. Okay, here you see. So we had three values there. Remember? Leisure, business, family trip. And the red app read the traveler profile, looked for trip type in this reference information, and display this this data in the information field as a trip type. So okay, I'm gonna pick and I'm gonna add that to the PNR. And then let's say I will skip the rest. Oh, of course, I need to link manually travelers to the price quote and save. And let's say, and then retrieve again. Yes, but later. Okay, the PNR has ended. And let's see what do we have inside. We have traveler. We have two segments. We have this retention segment. We have ticketing time limit added automatically. Then we have this we already know, the phones. Oh, there is a form of payment copied from the PNR, from the profile, sorry. Emails we already had, that we already know. Profile data, obviously copied to the PNR. And then we have general facts. Arrived to the airport 3 hours before flight departure. Does it sound familiar? Lufthansa flights. Okay. Then we have remarks from reservation shell, but there is also a new one, TT dash business. TT dash and business from the profile. All right, let's see at the reservation and settings, which we have in the settings in here. So I already told you that whatever we define in here is applied to the whole agency, but we might have things that are not declared here. So let's see what are the options. So we didn't have the entry for CTCM or CTCE SSR. So if I don't declare that in the agency admin tools, the agent can decide if they want to check it or not. So by default, it would be unselected, but I, as an agent, I selected that previously. I've configured my red app this way, so I want to check it. Then there is a form of payment, and this is selected and disabled. Why? Because the agency admin said what to do with that. Yes, there is an entry for a form of payment, and yes, it has to be checked every single time. So yeah, I have it disabled because I cannot override my agency admin settings. But I see that, yeah, I will be prompted for that. Then I have secure flights. Secure flights are also here, but this time they're set to false. So as you see, it's disabled because I cannot override those settings, but I see that I will not be prompted about that. On the other hand, I want to have check for passport and visa in every single PNR. Then I don't want to have child SSR check and profiles. Well, profiles are also selected in here. We had it checked through. And then I can see that, okay, so let traveler type will be mandatory, right? I didn't have anything for auto ticketing and queue placement. That's why I can check it or not. I can provide the queue number here and prefatory instruction code. I won't do that today um, because I want to have it manually, but I hope you get the point. Um, what is not visible here, and maybe it will be in the future, is the section for the remarks. So I can declare what kind of remarks I want to have checked. So I can say, okay, show me, like, prompt them about the remark on the as a title of the field, put the service fee. The remark should be invoice remark. Um, there should be a prefix. So the remark should start from service dash fee dash, and at the end, uh, there should be added automatically the currency taken from the PCC. So we have this variables, let's say. There is also a second remark, which doesn't have title, doesn't have type, doesn't have prefix, it doesn't have suffix. It's just we say it's optional, basically. If we have mandatory not listed here, I think we treat it as a mandatory field, but we may say, okay, yeah, well, if they want to add it, let them add that, but otherwise, like, no, don't force them. Okay, so we've reviewed that. So let's try. Oh well, I'm sorry. There was one more, the block deferring. So this is the option for really forcing the agents to provide this data, and you may tell when, at which moment they will be able to defer it, like to skip it, or at which moment they are really forced to provide all this data. So if you recall, when I end and retrieve, um, I had the skip button, right? But if I queue place, um, I don't have it anymore. I can only cancel the whole flow or add missing data. So I will cancel because I don't want to yet queue place. And in here we can define, we can declare three steps, because this all these red apps are triggered on reservation end, on queue placement, and on the ticketing. So you might put here like a PNR end or queue place or issue ticket, like all for all of them, right? Okay, so let's end retrieve, provide all this data. We'll then review what's inside the PNR, and then we'll proceed with the last read up. Okay, so you see we have a model for adding remarks. So my service fee, that one. I have just a free text, so I will put some data. And if you recall, there was no title in here. So since this is like a second remark on the list, it's like it says remark to as a second one. So I will add a remark, add to PNR. Then we have this check for CTCE, CTCM. So let's add those. Some email.com. Mm. All right. Oh, still something missing. Okay. Uh, well, okay. I'm too lazy to do that right now. So let's see if something, whatever, was added. And indeed, it was. So you might actually cancel some model, but the previous ones, the previous data, was already added to the PNR. So let's see what's new here. For sure, our CTC, CTCM data too, because we have two segments, and we have a few more remarks. So we have invoice, if I remember correctly, yeah, invoice remark with service fee prefix, then our value 123, and the USD because I'm on a PCC from United States. So that's that, and my other remark added from here, no prefix, no suffix, so it is what it is. All right. Um, I'm conscious of time, and I think we will go now to the advanced remark check, and I will show you one more time the presentation so you can see the table again. So you see we have codes, which are like remarks for customer preference first, customer preference second or third. And then I have a bunch of remarks I want to have added once this remark from the top is added to my PNR. So I have codes and I have remarks. Okay, let's go again to our AAT. And we need to see now the configuration of advanced remark check. All right, so remember codes and remarks. We have two sections in here, codes and remarks. So something that is in columns and some things that are in the rows. So for codes, we can declare the general type. If I have a common type for all my remarks, I can say, okay, I want all of them to be invoice remarks. And then I can declare, okay, all of my remarks have some prefix, like a common one that is used by our back office. And I don't need to change that. I don't need to repeat that multiple times. I will have it like declare on the top, and then I have like the proper remarks, like the continuation of those. So I have this first, I have the second. I don't think I built the config for third, but you remember this in codes we had 5.cast-pref-first. So invoice, prefix, and ID. That gives us the remark. That will be defining what we need to add to the PNR. And then under each of those codes, we have the list of remark IDs that we will prompt the user for. So we have admin code for the first, and for the second, we have owning salesman, admin code, and purchase order. Okay, yeah, words, sounds fine. But how to declare like which particular remark should be there? I'm going there to the section for remarks. We have again the global type for all of them, as we had here. And then we have again a list of remarks, with this difference that this is the ID of remark, owning salesman, admin code, purchase order. Owning salesman, admin code, purchase order. It must be the same to be able, like if you want to check for something, those IDs, those remark IDs and ID in here must be the same. And the rest is just the config similar to what we have in reservation end, right? You recall that we had label that will be displayed on the form. We had prefix, we had suffix, and we might declare also the type in here, like inside of those particular remarks. And it means that, okay, I have like 50 invoice remarks, but two of them should be itinerary remarks. So I can declare the invoice type on the top, and then I can declare like this tiny, for those two small remarks, I can declare that they are itinerary remarks. We also have here the options for block deferring, and it works the same as it was for reservation ends. So you have the same values. So before I had like queue place, now I have queue place and issue ticket. I could have the NPNR in here as well. All right, so let's see that in action. So I do have PF keys again, and I name them like a customer A, customer B, but what they do under the hood is just adding the remark to the PNR, of course. Simultaneous changes, we all know that, of course. So yeah, let's say customer A. So you see, this is the remark that I had in the table for those codes, and I told you invoice remark, customer preference the um, from the prefix, and then the continuation of that is first. So if I try to end and retrieve right now, I'm already prompted for one item on this code, and I should be prompted for admin code, and the suffix would be -ad. So let me say something that we will easily remember. Um, and you see, I have this skip in here because I'm end and retrieve. I'm not blocking deferring. So I'm adding. And if I just no, oh sorry, I haven't added those APIs, right? So it's keep bugging me about that. So okay, where is it? Yeah, this is it. My code and my AD, right? So this is here, and well, maybe we will add this second. Oh, sorry. We will add this second remark. And in here, when I defined that, I had owning salesman, admin code, and purchase order. So admin code is the same, right? So I already have that in my PNR. So if I, let's say, will queue place this time, and I'm not prompted for the admin code. It's already there. RedApp check that that it's there. So I'm not we're not prompting the agent to add that info there. So I'm purchase order. Okay, I don't know what to add there. I didn't have the skip if you notice. Oh, for no, let's cancel that. And if I display A, I have two new red apps, sorry, remarks. So owning salesman was the itinerary remark with the prefix OS and value from the from the user, and also the purchase order was prefix PO, the invoice remark, obviously, and with some values at the end. Okay, so I think that's it when it comes for my demo. I see that we have some questions, so I'm open to them.
Thanks, Hula. That was a great walkthrough. Now let's open it for the Q&A. If you haven't already, go ahead and submit your questions in the Q&A box, and we will try to answer as many as we can. I think we have already a couple questions in the Q&A box.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Ula. Thanks, Jose. I'll go ahead and read the questions, and then Ula can help us with the answer. So the first question is, are these apps free or paid?
They are free. All of them, yeah.
And where do we go to order them or
Oh,
add them?
of course. I'm sorry. You go to the marketplace. Let me just show you that. Thank you for that question. I forgot to show you that. So if you look for QC in the marketplace, you will see all of them, like 4 of them. So you can, yeah, they are free, and if you have ordering rights, you can order them by yourself, or ask someone from Sabre to order that for you. And I mentioned the user guide. So in the documents, you click on a quick reference guide, and you have documents there with like, I hope, clear instructions and guidance on what to do and how to configure your Red app. If something is not clear, I'm happy to enhance those documents to explain more.
Great, thank you. The next question is, if we're on Sabre Red 360, is that different from web? Do we have to update something to use these apps?
You don't have to. Those Red apps work on both Sabre Red 360 and Sabre Red Web, so you can order them, and basically the same configuration applies. You will see the settings in here, so don't go to like normal settings on the top on the toolbar, but you will see the settings just like we have on web, and there will be like Red app settings available for you there as well.
Okay, thank you.
Just sorry, just maybe one note: if you're going to play around with config, I think if you change something in AAT, it should automatically apply like immediately. But if you don't see the changes, just download the updates and restart the 360 to be able to work with the latest config.
Okay, good call out. Next question is, our Sabre profile sunsetting. A lot of agents are thinking some of these settings can be controlled in profiles, and so they're concerned profiles are sunsetting.
Okay, so no, I don't see a world where Sabre profiles are sunsetting, but the thing is that we have customers who are not using profiles and find profiles, well, quite robust. I mean, it's huge. You need the admin, and like you have so many options there that it might be hard to configure that. So we were asked just to provide those simple few fields to have them available in the Red apps. We hear some feedback about UDITs, so maybe we will add that in the future. It's just, a simple way, but no,
Mhm.
Sabre profiles. We want to migrate Sabre profiles to web, so I see the bright future in front of us.
Okay, great. And also PNR edits. Some of the app settings where the end transaction is required to have certain data is controlled today in PNR edits in some locations. So there's another concern if PNR edits are also sunsetting.
No, no.
Okay, great. The next question, I think you've already answered this with Marketplace, but where can I get the information notes on this? So in Marketplace, under each app, you have some documentation. And
Yes.
Jose, are we sending this recording after?
Yes, we are. The recording and
Okay.
also the presentation deck.
Okay, beautiful. So you'll have that information. Does the whole pseudocity code have to be on Sabre Red Web or just the admin?
Uh,
Marianne,
okay.
maybe you want to add some
Okay,
clarifying
so
questions?
yeah,
I'm
no, no,
wondering.
no. Yeah, that's fine. I will handle. So you
Okay,
don't
great.
need to have Red Web enabled to use those apps. You can use the Red 360. It's just the admin persona needs to use the web AAT instead of desktop AAT. But that doesn't require any additional configs or requests or orders or so. And by the way, if you don't have the agency admin, you also order that on Marketplace. I've recently renamed that product because it was like some strange name, but in Sabre Red 360 section, there is Sabre Red Agency Admin Tools. So I think the name is quite intuitive and it couldn't be more. So agency admin tools, Sabre Red. If you type Sabre Red, you will have just like those options. So one of them is AAT.
Okay, thank you. Another question is, do the segments booked count as Sabre segments for the agency?
I don't understand this question. Sorry.
Uh, I interpret that to mean if there's a vendor segment booked, as long as it's HK, yes, it counts as a segment.
Yeah.
Another question is, I am with a host agency. How will this work? How do I order QC for my use?
I need your
This,
help, Diane.
Yeah, this one we may need to take offline and follow up with the answer, unless there is another Sabre person on the phone that can answer that. Do these red apps work with NDC orders?
They should be, but I might follow up with that on that. Yeah.
Okay. Can you please put the address for Sabre Red app on the web? Maybe that means the URL Sabre Red web.
for Sabre Red Web, this is okay. This is rcrw.sabre.com. So you remove the cert from that, and you have. So maybe I will. Oops, sorry. Sabre.com. This is production web, and actually, to be able to use Sabre Red Web, you need to order that on the marketplace in here. And the AAT, the address for AAT was sabre.com as well.
Okay. I just added that in the Q&A for reference if you need it.
Yeah.
Okay. As I get it, all of the apps are customizable to the specific agency needs.
Yes.
And you can do that on the agency or agent level, right? Most of the apps.
It depends on the app, because, for example, airline message is configured only on the agency admin level. Same thing with advanced remark check. And also like some part of reservation shell. This agency config is only on AAT, and for a reservation end, those checks are available for the agent, but the remarks are available only on AAT. So it depends.
Okay, thank you. Are we going to be able to use the normal version of Sabre Web with the blue screen with the new actualizations, or will it all change to this QC and other tools?
Okay. So with Sabre Red Web, you can still use the command line as like in Sabre Red 360. I have the graphical styling for my like styling of the response. So I have modern, but you still may have classic. So if I go here, it goes like that. Maybe if I go to dark mode, and this is spoiler alert for the changes that are coming in 25.8 release. But yeah, if I do, I can do the commands and work normally. We're not taking away from you that no, no, don't worry.
Great. Thank you. And they appreciate that.
And
Okay.
oh, sorry, the blue screen, because you asked about the blue screen. So even like with the like spoiler alert with the configs that we are having for the colors, we will have like a white, like light styling, and the dark one with the black screen, obviously. But we've checked the stats, and we know that many of you still love the blue screen, so we will keep the blue screen colors as well. So you don't have this shock of going to new themes. So yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And then maybe we could do a 30-second wrap up or shorter of the overall intention of the Red apps.
Yes, we can. And actually, I realized that I didn't tell you about the summary, but well, maybe maybe the summary will be better. So let me share the deck, just this slide. So as a summary, we have 4 apps. First of them, like all of them are for the front office automation to make sure that all the data that are required either by you as a processes, or what for mid office or back office tools, they are there, and you're able to configure that on your own and tailor that to your needs, to even some groups of your employees. We have 4 apps. First is for airline messaging, for OSI messages. We have then reservation shell, which may act like a simple Sabre profiles. Then we have reservation end and reservation advanced remark check, which are for remarks and just making sure everything that is required in the PNR is there at the end of and reservation or queue placement, but well, basically before the ticketing happens.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ula, Diane, thank you so much. I think this wraps up our session. Thanks again for spending time with us today, and keep an eye out for the recording, the presentation deck, and a short survey in your inbox very soon. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for your time. Have